Now.
Welcome to Newswatch 12 at 6. I'm Justin Betty. Over the last few weeks, gas prices in Wisconsin are now hitting the highest levels they have been since 2014. Like many other Americans, you may be feeling the strain of this spike in prices at the pump. Newswatch 12's Rachel Eiler talked to drivers and an expert with AAA to see why we're seeing this increase and when you might see some relief.
As drivers pull up to the pump, a pricey pain greets them.
I feel terrible about it. Over the last year, it's just gotten out of control.
Today's average price in Wisconsin is $2.65, and it's not likely to drop anytime soon.
How high they'll eventually get and how quickly we'll get to that high is really difficult to know right now because there are so many other variables.
Some states are even seeing prices as high as $4 per gallon. Meanwhile, here in the Badger State, Gas Buddy is actually reporting a slight decrease in prices, but not for everybody. Here in Oneida County, we're still seeing that average price of $2.88 per gallon.
You know, the nearest pipeline is at least about 100 miles away. It's spending a considerable amount of time on a truck. And that's why we typically will see prices that are higher up in the Northwoods than in some of the more populated parts of the state.
But what's fueling the surge?
It's a supply and demand equation. So it's about how many people are traveling and buying gas, and then also the availability of refined gas.
And it doesn't stop there. Jarmez adds that while federal policy can play a factor into prices, it's not the leading cause, with many OPEC countries still under production cuts. As for any sign of relief, experts say it's likely pretty far down the road, but there is a way to save. Drivers can use apps that show where to find the lowest price of gas in your area, and also look into loyalty programs that offer cents per gallon discounts. But more importantly,
the faster you go, the less fuel efficient you're going to be.
Reporting in Rhinelander, Rachel Eiler, Newswatch 12.
And just for some further context, the blue line here shows the national average price of unleaded for the last 10 years. You can see a big drop off back in 2014, but gas prices often rise in the spring, which I've highlighted in these black rectangles here. Prices rose by a similar amount to this year in January through June of 2019, as well as early in 2018, and every year from 2012 through 2016. Outside, Andrew, a little wet today.
That's right, Justin. Kind of on and off rain showers today. We had those in the morning, a brief break during the day today, and more coming tonight. We've seen some of those this afternoon, though more well-sustained rain showers will be expected into the overnight hours with that break up into the early morning. So we're not really necessarily looking for snowfall in this event, maybe a little bit tomorrow night in northwest Wisconsin. So generally with the snowpack really receding, really just that little bit lasting in the UP, we're not going to be building on top of that. So any remaining snow out there right now is going to be more of the thing in the past without any more coming on down in this go of showers. Now, high temperatures today made it to the upper 50s, low 60s, certainly helping out with melting any residual snow on the ground and getting all those waterways exposed, less and less ice seen by the day. And now looking ahead at the rest of your overnight, so now we're in the 50s, temperatures dropping not too much tonight, only getting down to the low 40s for your overnight lows, at least 20 degrees above that average of 20 for this time of year. I'll explain more in your full forecast in just a few minutes. Justin?
All right, thanks, Andrew. The April 6th spring election is now just 2 weeks away. It includes several school referendums across the Northwoods. In Elko, the school district has a referendum every 4 years, though their most recent effort failed in November. This year, the referendum is asking for an increased revenue limit to maintain operational costs. Organizers say nothing physical would change if it passes. School officials say they just need it to keep doing what they're doing.
If the question to override the revenue limit is not supported, we are projecting a deficit budget of just under $1 million. That would be devastating to the school district.
I mean, taking out a big loan. If it fails, the district would have to look into cutting existing programs or staff members. Mr. Fisher says in his 13 years as school superintendent, the only referendum that did not pass was this past November.
The voters here have supported our revenue limit override, with the exception of the November election.
School officials say this measure would raise taxes on folks with a $100,000 home by about 46 cents per year. Later this week, we'll also be covering referendums in Florence, Tomahawk, and Medford. Today, Wisconsin State Senator Mary Felskowski is celebrating the passage of her bill to allow bars and restaurants in Wisconsin to sell wine and mixed drinks to go. Later this week, she continues her listening sessions tour across the district. The main goal, she says, is to gather feedback on the proposed 2021 through 23 state budget and what measures people either support or oppose. She did 4 last week. There are 4 more scheduled for this Saturday, March 27th, then 4 more on March 30th next week. Those stops are in the Northwoods, including in Crandon, Merrill, Anago, and White Lake. For a full list of dates, times, and locations, you can check out Senator Felskowski's Facebook page. The Wisconsin Senate has voted to take control of the state's share of the $1.9 trillion federal COVID stimulus package, taking control away from Governor Tony Evers. Instead, the legislature would have the ability to decide how to spend the estimated $5.7 billion coming for state and local governments in Wisconsin. That was just one of several COVID-related bills they voted on today. The Assembly also gave a final approval to a measure that would prohibit the government, any form of government, from requiring people to be vaccinated for COVID-19. It was also slated to vote on a bill that would ban employers from requiring vaccinations. We'll have more on this coming up on Newswatch 12 at 10. Chippewa tribal officials in Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Michigan are blasting the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources for allowing state-licensed wolf hunters to blow past their quota in just 4 days in the wolf hunt last month. Hunters killed 216 wolves, nearly double their quota of 119 animals, though the original quota was 200 before tribal leaders moved to have it cut back. The Chippewa view the wolf as sacred. They oppose hunting it altogether. John D. Johnson, the chairman of the Great Lakes Indian Fish and Wildlife Commission's Intertribal Task Force, told the commission's quarterly newsletter the state did not consult with them about the spring hunt when female wolves are typically pregnant. Supporters of the hunt have argued quickly reaching the quota just means the hunt was badly needed. Aspirus's Medevac critical care helicopter will be taking flight a little further north starting next month. Organizers say since about 90% of the calls they receive for medical flights come from north of Wausau, and considering Aspirus's growing network of UP and northern Wisconsin-based facilities, it made sense to move it from Wausau to Howard Young Medical Center in Woodruff.
The majority of our transports are actually from the northern areas. Mostly north of Wausau and north. With it, it made sense to move our aircraft to a more centralized location within our geographical area.
Say the cut should remove 20 to 30 minutes off the current response time for patients in rural areas without delaying services in central Wisconsin where flights aren't often needed.
We're going to be shaving off about 20 minutes of potential transport time from responding in Wausau up to those northern areas. That could be life-changing for somebody if they're having a heart attack or a stroke or involved in some type of motor vehicle crash.
The Medevac helicopter can lift patients directly from emergencies or from regional hospitals. This service operates throughout Wisconsin and the UP. More people are qualifying or are eligible for a COVID-19 vaccine these days. But how about the people who can't leave their homes to get a vaccine? We'll have the latest on that and how that process could be a bit easier. But first, Andrew's in with your full forecast. That's next on Newswatch 12 at 6.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Ag Country Farm Credit Services.
Carpet City. Come to Carpet City Flooring Center's biggest sale ever and receive free carpet installation along with an additional $300, $600, or even $1,000 of savings on all flooring products and sale prices. That's right, free carpet installation and an additional savings of up to $1,000 on top of the sale prices. See why contractors and designers only choose Carpet City Flooring Center for their flooring needs.
Our prices will floor you.
Hi, I'm Dennis from Irma. I've had excruciating pain in my lower back and neck. And I contacted Dr. Scherer. We went over the situation together. And after a series of treatments, my pain is gone. So I feel that it was complete and successful.
Are you suffering with back or neck pain and considering the possibility of surgery? At the Spinal Aid Center of Wausau, we incorporate the latest technologies, including high-intensity laser therapy that provides the highest success rates in helping people just like you avoid back and neck surgery. With our treatments, there are no drugs and no surgery, just relief. Call today for a free spinal disc severity consultation and see if our treatments are right for you. Call 715-203-4392 or visit us at spinalaid.com. Start living your life pain-free.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need an expert who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country. Experts in every field.
We have had nothing short of a beautiful start to the spring season with well above average temperatures and lots of sunshine. That did give us a bit of a fire risk, though, especially over the weekend, though we're making it through that with a lot less of a risk now due to having some scaled back temperatures and rain showers in your forecast. So right now outside, temperatures in the low 50s to 40s, and most of us by now are having at least a little bit of a light sprinkle coming on down. These rain showers will be continuing overnight tonight. So here we go, looking outside in Plover, seeing those slick roadways right now, all wet and covered. That'll be continuing overnight. Good news is that low temperatures will be holding on into the 40s, so we're not really concerned about anything freezing or getting any rainfall, or excuse me, snowfall tonight, though it will be wet out there, so definitely expect that into overnight. So here we go, looking at the rest of your night. Rain showers widespread across the North Woods to central Wisconsin. It could be a little bit heavy at times, though. Sustained, it'll be generally a light rainfall, and it'll become more scattered as we head into Wednesday morning, and we'll be waking up to a few light showers and then kind of an on and off sprinkle throughout the rest of your Wednesday, with the possibility of a very light amount of snowflakes coming down late Wednesday night. So here we go, looking at those totals for rainfall. We're looking tonight, just getting started, getting the ground wet out there, and then tomorrow we'll be expecting in central Wisconsin kind of about a half an inch of rainfall, getting towards Minnesota almost an inch, and then towards the lakefront it'll be a lot less rain coming our way. So kind of scaling on back to the further east we go for that rainfall and snow. Not really much to speak of there, so we don't really have much of a snowpack at all in the state of Wisconsin. Very little in the UP, and we're not going to really be adding to these totals anytime soon, despite having just that little bit of snowfall expected Wednesday night. It'll be very, very light and will probably melt upon contact with the ground with that warming up. So now winds have been coming in from the east at about 5 to 10 miles per hour sustained, and they're a little bit breezy at times, upwards of 20 miles per hour. Tomorrow we're watching those winds coming out of the southwest and then ultimately arriving to out of the northwest heading into tomorrow night. So here we go, looking at tomorrow night. We do have that little bit of snowfall that could be possible to the northwest as well. Most of us having rain though, and this will be very light at that. And then we are drying on out into early hours on your Thursday, most likely staying dry throughout the remainder of the day with extended cloud coverage, mostly cloudy skies. And that will continue into Friday, staying dry still, though we do have more showers expected over the weekend. So here we go, looking early Saturday morning. Next round of rain showers coming on in, and this could have a little bit of a touch of a freezing mix as well with those temperatures getting down into the weekend, though still this will be mainly a rainfall event, and then we're drying out again as we head into Sunday. But for now tonight we are dealing with that rain pretty much throughout the entire overnight hours. Low temperatures getting down to about 43 degrees, and that's all with an east wind at about 10 to 15 miles per hour overnight. Looking into your Wednesday, we're still dealing with that rain, maybe a touch of snowfall overnight. High temperatures getting up to the upper 40s, significantly cooler than what we've been used to. You'll definitely feel that getting out the door tomorrow. And now looking at your Northwoods Furniture and Mattress 7-day forecast. So tomorrow we have that rain coming on down. We know it will be kind of light and scattered at times. And then we're going to be dry for the next couple days with another chance of rain and snow coming our way on Saturday. Justin?
Thanks, Andrew. As of this week, most people in Wisconsin are now eligible to receive a COVID-19 vaccine. But for those who are homebound, simply getting to a vaccination site could be difficult. However, Newswatch 12's Megan Mamlock is here to tell us about a new effort to make it a bit easier. Megan.
Thanks, Justin. UW Healthcare Direct is providing in-home biotech Pfizer vaccinations to patients that are homebound and receive medical services that are unable to make it to the vaccination site.
We wanted to make really sure that we were only really providing it to those that could not get out of their homes. So we did go through quite a vetting process in order to get down to that particular list.
The patients that are on the vaccination list typically receive their medical care in their home. So this will be another preventative medical measure.
So a physician actually makes visits to their home. Their labs are drawn in their home. They never come in, again, because it's so difficult for them to get out and it's such a huge risk.
The Care Direct affiliate of UW received 60 doses of the vaccine this week.
We were able to schedule all of the individuals that we had identified as most vulnerable with a second list, hopefully coming up for future vaccine.
Their goal is to provide as much access to the vaccine as possible to the most vulnerable and ill that are unable to leave their home. And Priscilla LaBrosse was one of the recipients.
It gives me security of not getting the disease. I feel a lot better about it. I've stayed in this apartment now for months and months without going out because I don't want to harm somebody else if I get it or get it.
Our focus, because we specialize in home care, is to make sure that we're really getting to those most vulnerable in their homes that can't get the vaccine really any other way.
And a reminder, March 22nd, yesterday, began the next phase of eligible vaccine recipients for people over the age of 16 with certain medical conditions. Justin.
Thanks, Megan. With two deadly mass shootings now just within days of each other, elected officials are preparing for many of the same arguments you hear all the time. Some, though, are hoping for change this time around. We'll have the latest on the gun control versus gun rights debate in Washington after the break.
Creative Kitchen and Bath Studio has designed beautiful and functional kitchens and baths in the Northwoods. With in-home consultation available, they provide 3D drawings of your spaces to bring your visions to life. Owner and designer Sarah has over 20 years of experience, overseen 500-plus projects, and built strong relationships with local contractors providing superior installation. Whether it's a new home or a remodel, Creative Kitchen and Bath Studio in Eagle River looks forward to making your dream kitchen or bath a reality.
When searching for your next truck, you want your truck to last. Get the job done right with a Lenz truck. We have them all. Half-ton trucks, Power Strokes, Cummins, Duramax, SUVs, over 800 to choose from. Know that all Lenz trucks are fully inspected, certified clean, and can be bought hassle-free online. Go now to lenztruck.com.
Lenz Truck, Lenz Truck. We got the trucks at Lenz Truck.
We got the trucks. Yeah, well, look what I did this weekend, huh?
Your weekends brought to you by American Marine and Motorsports in Shawano. We have more Alumacraft boats in stock than anywhere else in Wisconsin. Check them out in the largest showroom in the USA. Buy or trade into a new boat and get out on the water today, and we'll give you the best deal. Guaranteed by at least $500. Get the most out of your weekends with Alumacraft and American Marine and Motorsports Shawano.
Let 8th Street Auto show you how easy it is to buy quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs during the madness of March.
Here at 8th Street Auto, we believe in fair pricing, superior service, and treating our customers the right way.
Our like-new vehicles feature low mileage and all the features that you're looking for in your next ride.
We're here for you before, during, and after the sale. You have our word on that.
Stop in to see our great line of pre-owned vehicles.
Go, go, go to 8th Street Auto.
Quality Homes of Tomahawk now sells modular homes built by Wisconsin Homes. Wisconsin Homes has maintained a tradition of building some of the finest homes on the market. Quality Homes also has a large selection of new manufactured and mobile homes. New homes starting at only $38,900. All prices include delivery and setup anywhere in Wisconsin. Whether buying your first home or a cabin getaway, Quality Homes has the experience and expertise to make your dreams a reality.
Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Bone and Joint Walk-In Care.
In the wake of a pair of high-profile mass shootings, the spa massage shooting near Atlanta and then yesterday's attack in Colorado, a previously planned Senate hearing on gun violence is taking on some new urgency and meaning today. Democrats now control technically the House and the Senate, and they are hoping to take action while also knowing they likely don't have the numbers. Alice Barr has the latest.
2 mass shootings in less than a week, killing 10 at a grocery store in Boulder, Colorado, 8 in a series of spas in metro Atlanta, and setting off an all too familiar chain reaction of grief, outrage, and a search for solutions. President Biden today calling on Congress to ban assault weapons and close background check loopholes.
Those families who are mourning today because of gun violence in Colorado and Georgia, all across the country, we have to act so there's not more of you.
Senators holding a committee hearing on gun violence that the chairman notes was already planned and always timely.
It just keeps coming at us. We are numb to the numbers. That has got to stop.
Democrats who control the House and Senate are hoping now is the time for action. The House recently passed 2 bills expanding background checks.
The Senate is going to debate and address the epidemic of gun violence in this country.
But moderate Joe Manchin has already announced he's against the new House bills. Even with his support, 10 Republican senators would have to join all Democrats to pass gun reform, and the battle lines are clearly drawn.
Every time there's a shooting, we play this ridiculous theater. When you disarm law-abiding citizens, you make them more likely to be victims. If you want to stop these murders, go after the murderers.
President Biden insisting this should not be a partisan issue, but his hopes for unity again colliding with reality.
Get new replacement windows and big savings during Renewal by Anderson's 31-day sale. Don't waste another minute dealing with your difficult, inefficient windows. Instead, call now and schedule your free window diagnosis. See how Renewal by Anderson's full-service custom-built replacement windows can help add more comfort to your home at an affordable price. If you need to replace the windows or patio doors in your home, call this number now and save. Installation is included. Made from our exclusive, low-maintenance fibrous composite material, our windows are tested and warranted not to crack, peel, or chip for 20 years. Plus, the expert installation by our certified master installers makes sure your job is done right. And it's all backed by our industry-leading limited warranty. But you've got to hurry. Call this number now before our 31-day sale ends. Tremendous savings, special financing, and installation is included. Don't delay and miss out. Call today and schedule your free window diagnosis. Renewal by Anderson, the better way to a better window.
I haven't been on an airplane since I got Medevac out of Vietnam.
You gotta leave the nest at some point. I cannot believe that you flew across the country to meet our kids.
This Is Us, tonight on NBC.
The Duke of Hearts returns. Who are you?
Floyd Reynolds. Sutures might work better.
I'm sorry, Dr. Reynolds. I asked for another set of hands, not a second opinion. This is my OR. Either get on board or get out.
New Amsterdam, new tonight on NBC.
Tomahawk Sports Center is northern Wisconsin's one-stop shop for UTVs, ATVs, snowmobiles, boats and motors, watercraft, docks, and waterfront equipment. See our tremendous deals now on the Lumacraft boats, engineered for optimal lift, strength, and fuel economy, resulting in a softer, quieter, and drier ride. We are a family-run business with a long history of personal service before and after the sale. Tomahawk Sports Center services all of our products and others with our full-service service department. Head to Tomahawk Sports Center now for great deals on the Lumacraft boats.
This is Ford Truck Month.
So are you ready for a ride?
Now is the time to get a great deal on Ford Ranger, Ford Super Duty, and the all-new 2021 Ford F-150. Get our best offers of the year and see what Built Ford Tough can do for you. Welcome to the show, America.
Welcome to the show.
Right now, get $5,750 in total savings on a 2021 F-150. Only during Ford Truck Month.
Hi, I'm Jenna with Miracle Ear of Park Falls and Medford. If you are struggling to hear your favorite news and entertainment shows, come and see me for your free hearing test.
We're back with a final look at your forecast. Getting a look outside at Plover right now, just to give you an idea of those roadways. They are pretty wet out there, a little bit slick maybe, though they won't be freezing over with low temperatures tonight, only getting down to the low 40s overnight. Conditions right now in the 50s, upper 40s, and most of us having at least a little bit of rainfall at this point, with more coming overnight. Getting into overnight, we'll have a little bit to get started here. Just getting things wet outside on the ground, and tomorrow we'll be having almost an inch of rainfall over some areas, 3/4 of an inch possible. possible. And now for a final look at your extended forecast, we have rain likely on Wednesday with a bit of a break Thursday, Friday, and more showers on the way on Saturday.
Still cooler than it has been, but not really cold at this time of year.
Right, exactly.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Thank you for joining us on Newswatch 12 at 6. Wheel of Fortune is next here on WJFW. See you back here tonight at 10 with more.